Hi guys. You're just gonna have to give me a minute. Can you check the audio
Oh.
when I... Okay, that's... Can you check the audio on... Can you go stream? Oh, thanks. Okay, got it. If you go onto the stream, like as a viewer, can you hear?
I'm gonna test. Hopefully it doesn't give weird feedback.
It shouldn't.
It's currently facing us though.
Yeah.
Test.
Okay.
Yeah, I can hear.
Awesome. Let me start the car. It shouldn't. I know this is going to be weird for a sec. We're just checking audio.
New setup, new tech requirements.
Okay. Is that good? We good?
Yeah, I think we're good.
Did you hear me say, is that good? We good? Because it just went on to driving.
Okay, let me just test again. I didn't realize it changed settings on the phone.
Okay.
Cool. Is it facing away now?
Yeah.
Okay.
We're currently at Woodbridge Island, which I actually think is quite underrated. There's a beach here. There's 2 different restaurants. You could, if you're staying relatively close to the area, you could get a bus and it would be easy, safe. Good job.
Nice.
Thank you. I would literally have done that horizontal vertical thing a million times and then given up and gone vertical. Because I didn't know that it meant my devices, like my... No wonder it's weird air in here. There's no air, the aircon is off. I didn't know it meant like my phone, like my iPhone was off. I thought it meant in the app.
Okay.
Catch all you bad drivers in 4K. The last time that we were on and it was muted, it was muted for the part where I didn't realize that the car that said Chevrolet was missing the T.
Chevrolet.
There must have been a fire or something. It's weird that it's such a dirty brown above.
Yeah. Very smoggy day.
We're off to vote.
Yeah. I believe it's that time already.
It's the first time I'm not doing election news on radio and ballot counting on radio. Ordinarily, the last 2 elections I did it like in the The nighttime one till the last count at 12. It was rough.
Yeah, there was a lot of work.
It was kind of fun too because it's like it's almost like watching a game. Like as the ballots come in, like one person's way ahead, then the next person's way ahead. I don't know how the comments are going to show up on horizontal.
Yeah.
So this is autumn. It does not look like it. Was the Brene Brown thing you wanted to tell me something you can say on the live or not really?
I think so. It's a, she's got a podcast, and she had an expert about AI on, and they were busy talking about the intersection of AI and like society and people and all the different biases that are kind of inherently built into these AI algorithms, but also that they've done studies that show that even when, like they did these studies in the medical industry where they had like, hopefully I remember these facts correctly, um, they had images of like different different racial groups of people, and it was of like body parts and organs and different things, like think x-rays and medical imagery. And even when the researchers developing these AI algorithms completely stripped all of the humanly identifiable traits that would allow a human to tell apart the images based on race, there was still something that the AI was able to pick up on that humans were not picking up on, that it could identify. This was an image of the organs from someone of such and such race versus another race. And so they were talking about the importance of, like, there's one school of thought that you need to build racially unaware algorithms. But his point is that you can't do that because there's something it's picking up on that humans can't, and it will know the difference. So you have to teach the algorithms about race, about lived experience, about things like privilege and all of that to help the algorithm make more informed choices, because they're getting used more and more in, sifting through candidates in a recruitment pipeline, or you know um, making decisions in higher stakes sort of areas. Um, and the whole kind of conversation is about, um, we're still defining the ethics and the standards and the guidelines for how these things should work and operate, but yet we're starting to like experiment with them in very high stakes environments like the legal system, making decisions about who to arrest or not arrest, um, healthcare, all these kinds of things that you would not typically do. You would not allow a person to operate in those areas if they had not had the training and the vetting and the kind of like past the certifications and the qualifications that say, okay, they adhere to whatever ethical standards, um, you know, governing rules for that industry are. Um,
This might be a dumb question, but has anyone just asked the AI like what it's picking up on?
I have no idea. They didn't go into that level of detail, but I don't think it's an AI that could talk. Like I think they were doing very specific research, so they were essentially just trying to validate or invalidate their hypothesis for the experiment. So they probably only built what was required to do that. Um, but yeah, I'm not finished the podcast. It's just very interesting because um, having someone who has an extremely in-depth technical background in this subject, who is able to explain it to non-technical people, talking with someone who is an expert in like humans and emotions and psychology and psychiatry and all of that stuff, about like how we need to start approaching developing AI, because you need to essentially develop these AIs with the people who are going to end up using them, so that their their knowledge and their experiences get factored into these algorithms. You can't have like some random developer who has not had the same life experiences coding up an algorithm for somebody else, because their decisions are going to be biased. But yeah, it was really interesting because like something they were saying is like society has obviously got a lot of problems, and once you start bringing AI into it, if you haven't actually solved those problems, you just scale them. You automate the scaling of those problems, so you just make the bias more widespread much faster. So that's kind of where the conversation was the last time, well, when I last stopped listening to it. It was a very interesting topic.
Because like, so two things. One, whenever ChatGPT and I are having a bit of a go at each other, um, I have to go backwards and ask, what is this? Why did you do this? Why did you answer this? It's like interrogation. Like I basically have to interrogate the AI so that I can understand what it is thinking,
Yeah.
and then I can get to the bottom of it. And the other thing is this what a UX researcher? Just want to change this quick. Oh, hi Sharon. Sorry I missed your message because I couldn't see where the comments were. It's beautiful today, right? Is this what the UX researcher would do hypothetically? Is like get different people's.
Yes, but I think that the conversation goes much deeper than that. It's like if you're building, instead of just doing the research, the people who are going to use it need to be a part of like actually designing it. And yeah,
Yeah.
there are methods and techniques for bringing people into the design and development process that researchers can use and help facilitate. But it's the point they're getting at is we need to have a wider range of disciplines um, building these tools. They can't just be built by engineers.
Yeah.
They have to have, like, if it's being used in healthcare, it needs to be the people, the doctors and the practitioners who are going to end up using it, the types of like representative patients and people who will end up being like interacting with it or dealing with the decisions and diagnoses that get made as a result of doctors using it. They all need to be included in the process.
But that's why I was asking, is it not normal? Is that not normal for software with UX? Like, is that not the entire point?
Um, that should be the case everywhere, but it's not how it happens, and it's not that way because It takes a lot of time and money and effort to do that, and so there's always this balance you got to strike between the level of risk of getting the thing wrong, like exactly how much effort you need to put into it to reduce the risk. Like obviously, if it's I don't know, a mobile application, something on your phone, the worst that can happen is that it breaks or it stops working, or maybe a higher level of risk could be if it's like, I don't know, the healthcare software. Um, you know, the risk there is maybe someone orders the incorrect dosage of uh, medication for someone, and that's dangerous. Um, like there's a higher risk there, but an even higher risk is when you start to rely on, you know, AI to make decisions for you, and then you carry out the actions, which is also a model that's flawed because then you're deferring the the judgment, which is really the human's responsibility. Like there was an example they used where um, in the US, two black men were incorrectly arrested um, for a crime because some AI thing they were using told the officers that these were the two people, you need to go and arrest them. But what the officers failed to do when they arrested at least one of them was to go, huh, this photo that the thing identified as this person does not look like the person that just walked out the front door. Instead, they arrested the person, took them back to the station, and the person who got arrested was like, what do you mean? This photo is clearly not me. And they were like, oh, the computer got it wrong.
Classic.
And that's kind of the approach that's being taken at the moment, is that because AI does things with so much confidence and, you know, has this magic ability to do things, people are like not questioning it as much. And so, you know, one of the things the person was saying was that, and I really wish I could remember his name. Um, I think the episode of Brenda Brown's podcast is it's living beyond human scale. Something to do with AI. If you go, it's in her most recent ones, at least in the last month.
I'll try add it to the description if I remember.
Super interesting. Like I said, only halfway through, but what the guy is saying is that probably in the future we're not going to talk about it as AI. That term is probably going to continue to carry a lot of baggage. Instead, he kind of foresees us talking about it as augmented intelligence, which really puts the responsibility like back on the human to do a final check and like make the decision, like confirm the decision.
This is the thing though, right? Like when I tell people I use ChatGPT a ton for articles, research, journalisty things, they're like, but it gets so many facts wrong. The thing is, you figure out over time what it works best with. So, like, the first thing I'll do is say, list the facts of this case. That means that anything that's in there that I then, as the human, deem as emotion or whatever, I remove. And then I only give it what I want it to work with. And then I still check it myself. But it means that instead of reading 7 articles on the same topic, I can get a list. Oh my gosh, wait, can you guys see this dog on this scooter? This is the best thing ever. Look on the furthest right.
I don't know if you can see it.
You can see the leg.
Oh, there's head.
That's
funny. I didn't see that.
Instead of sifting through 7 articles, and it's especially a problem with US media, is sometimes, like here, you would get fined and you would get taken off air for getting something like the victim's age wrong. It's just not acceptable. All good, bruh. Go get your smoothie and your wheatgrass.
He looks like he's about to go have a surf.
I can instead see what all 7 articles have, and you look for the similarities, and hone in on that. Like 7 say the victim was 42 and the other two say they were 44, then I can kind of go, okay, well, how many of these 5 are from the same publishing house, first of all, because it could just be that they're all getting it wrong from the same statement. But it just makes my research so much easier. The funny thing is, there's now a humanizer AI, which I tested out on a few things, and it did better. Oh, I think I'm supposed to turn. I'm at 50 meters. Is it this road? Norfolk Road?
I think so. It's one of the one ways. This family's about to cross.
That's okay. It's a public holiday. Everybody can just. Whoa. Okay.
Yeah, this is the road. Let's see what the line is like.
O
Holy moly.
M freaking G.
When does this thing close?
Nighttime.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, this queue's quite long.
We're gonna go food first.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go back down to Beach Road. Can you just message Jess and Tyler? Because I don't know. Whoa, this building has been completely demolished, except the face, since we were last here.
I'm not surprised there's more people in the queue because of the amount of development going on at Seapoint.
Because I don't know. I can't remember where we said we're gonna go. You can cross. Mr. Taxi. If Naked still had the bagel, that would be the obvious choice. Thank you. I can't remember if we said we're going to go to Stroller. I'll just start driving in their direction.
Yeah.
So this is Sea Point. If you come to Cape Town as a tourist, you will for sure find yourself here. It is very close to the most touristy parts, and is also a tourist spot itself. But it's not as expensive as like Camps Bay in London, no. We used to live here. If you go back a few vlogs, I painted this church in art once.
I was wondering where you're going with that. It sounded like
Oh,
you
no.
went and painted it.
No, like, if you go back a few vlogs, you'll see us moving out of our Sea Point house. Comma, no, full stop, new thought. I painted that church once. I forgot that I painted it, and I just remembered when I saw it. Oh, I haven't had to do this turn in it. Oh. Many, many years. I don't know. I don't even know how long I've not worked there.
Stroller.
Okay, cool. Because also then we don't have to stand at the polls freaking starving.
Yeah, I mean, I ate not so long ago, but that queue looks like I'll be very hungry by the time we get to the front.
Also, you didn't bring your laptop.
No, I'm working today.
Oh, I've got to work. Because I swapped it for Edinburgh.
Yeah. Sure, that's okay. Now that we've been out of Sea Point for a while, coming back, it just feels so full and like cluttered.
Mm-hmm.
There's cars everywhere. There's so much going on.
I don't want to show on the stream, but that's where Jess and Tyler live. Oh yeah, we've dropped them off before. You just haven't been inside.
No, we've been to the outside.
Oh, there was a parking right there. Vicky Mac. Also, it's a bad time of day to stream because it's like 5 a.m. in the US, I think.
Something like that.
Go back 8 hours, I think I worked out.
Depends where in the US.
Yeah,
We've got many time zones.
yeah, but I just pick the one that like is round about the majority of the people who are regulars
Okay, that makes sense.
because it's easier that way for me. I can't time zone so well. Obviously, also, there would be more vote because Sea Point has expanded so much.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if you think of just that apartment block in our old road, that's 50 new apartments.
Yeah, that's kind of the point I was getting at earlier when I mentioned.
Oh, I thought
The
you meant because
development.
people are annoyed by the developments.
No. I mean because they're rapidly adding more apartment blocks. And the other thing that adds to it feeling more full and having more cars on the road is it's no longer a requirement for what it was when we last checked. I don't know if it's changed,
Oh,
but
here's another one.
it was no longer required last time I checked that new developments make provision for parking for everybody that's going to live there. So it's
because it's a My City bus route. It's on a.
Yeah. So instead, those cars
It's
become
parked by the popos.
street parking problems.
Is this going to be too close for you to get out?
No, I think it's fine. There's
How's
the view
that
of
for
the
a
ocean.
view? Wow. There might be a little bit of a tricky situation you're getting this out, but hold on a few seconds. Okay, we're good.
Are you going to keep the stream live?
Just to show like that side.
Okay, got you.
Okay, bear with me. I'm gonna have to be so careful with my phone because it is currently not in its thingy-majiggy. That thing what it's got B in. Okay, hold tight. You're going for a ride. I just quickly want to show and then I'll come back for my backpack.
Okay.
So this is part of Sea Point. Alrighty, I'm getting so nervous not having my phone in its cover. So I will see you guys later. Hope this one was a bit better than the silent one. Bye!